They produce prickly pear fruit, and when you press them, you get an amazing oil. I wasn't trained formally to do most of what I'm doing, so I do it from an artist's eye. Those seeds contain an extremely high amount of vitamin E oil in them. It's a clonal plant and it's medicinal. It's either the best ingredient or I don't use it. With this one, there's a lot of ingredients in it and it's really great for hyperpigmentation, acne. It was so much fun, I couldn't stop. For this recipe, I am going to be using raw local honey. The oils and the liquids are now turning to soap. If health is important to you, then skincare is huge. My name is Colleen Sinclair, and I create organic skincare products. I have a lot of awesome things here. To start, I want to show you my creosote soap. This right here, I really enjoy making because I get to wild harvest the plant. It's one of the oldest living organisms on the planet, the creosote. So I harvest this plant on a regular basis. This plant has been used in multiple skincare products that have helped a lot of people with things like psoriasis, eczema, sensitive skin. I've had a few people with rosacea find it to be relieving. It smells really great too. Smells like the desert when it rains. The average person puts approximately 10 skincare products on their body every day of their entire life. All that is contributing to the toxic load. There are over 1,000 skincare ingredients that are banned in other countries that are utilized here. A lot of them are endocrine disruptors, and those things will affect your thyroid and they affect your overall health and they contribute to a lot of disease. This has been really nice applied to dry, cracked skin, itchy skin, bug bites, but also with this one, we harvest the plant, infuse it into the oils, and it's doctor recommended. Let's see, what else do we have here? Lots of soap. This is our juniper soap. My best friend, she does the harvesting for that. She'll harvest the juniper and we infuse it into the oils. And this soap is really great for sensitive skin also. A lot of benefits for anybody suffering with acne issues. I was working in the medical field for doctors who only practice natural medicine. And I was administering natural therapies and treatments that were turning people's health around. And then it helped me turn around a lot of negative health issues I had that don't even exist anymore. I realized that one part of the pie there was products that we put on our body. And most of what I was finding had synthetic toxic ingredients. I was learning a lot about how you could utilize organic or wild harvested things instead. This is jojoba, and I love jojoba oil. I use a lot of jojoba oil in my skincare products. It's one of the closest oils to our skin's natural sebum, so it is really great to infuse herbs into to deliver medicine from the herbs. So anytime I do an infusion, you'll always find jojoba in that recipe. The cool thing about the jojoba bush is you'll have a male and a female jojoba bush. The boy jojoba are easy to identify. They have little dingleberries. And then the female is the one that produces the jojoba beans, and that's where the oil comes from. The ingredients that I'm using, I know what they are, I know what they offer you, I know how they support health. I never use anything synthetic or toxic. This is my sunblock. It's called Superstition Sunrise, and it has zinc oxide in it in a quantity that is comparable to about 35 SPF, but it's a physical block. And I make this with some really great oils. Up here we've got a bunch of prickly pear cactus. The amazing thing about this plant is inside the fruit, there's these little black seeds that are hard as a rock. And the cool thing is, you know, Mother Nature provides what we need, where we need it, when we need it. And right now we're hot. The sun is beating down on us. Those seeds contain an extremely high amount of vitamin E oil in them, which is sun protective naturally. What I do is I find what is needed and I create it. This one right here I made because my mother had radiation treatments and her skin was burnt. And instead of applying something like the gel where you have to actually rub it on your skin, I made a spritz so you could just spray it on. When I'm creating a product, I start with what do I want it for? What do I want it to do? And then I think about all of the foods and the spices and the herbs and the oils and the clays that I know would contribute to that specifically. So when the oils are melted, I whip it up with some aloe vera juice and it creates this wonderful lotion. It has a really nice smooth consistency. It's really soothing for maybe if you have eczema and it's kind of irritated and feels rashy or so, this kind of cools it down. Every single product that we sell here at the apothecary, we actually formulate the recipe and handcraft it right here. I have over 100 different recipes, and that's the fun part of owning the apothecary. We get to create here. All right, so right now I'm making Tahitian honeymoon soap. I am going to be using raw local honey as well as the Tahitian honeymoon mead from Superstition Meadery. We have a collaboration soap here we're doing. With soap, you've got your oils, you've got your liquids, you got the sodium hydroxide, the lye. This is my oils, and the oils in here are coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter, and some palm oil. And then the liquid is gonna be the Tahitian honeymoon that I already measured out with coconut milk and water, and then we add the sodium hydroxide to this, and that'll heat it up really hot. This could get as high as 200. With alcohol in it, could go up even higher, 240. So what I do is the water component in here, I use ice. And then that helps to keep it from getting that real high temperature, and then we don't have to wait to mix the two of them together for hours. So lye has an affinity for water. See how it's heating up? The ice is going away. And this is dangerous right now. This is corrosive, but once it's mixed with all that oil, it brings it to a neutral. There's some science there. I'm doing some science. You got to get the measurements right. If you have too much or too little of certain key ingredients, then the soap won't set up properly. If you have too much essential oils, that causes issues as well. My super fat oil and my essential oils, those I'm going to get real specific with. You got to get the timing right, the temperatures right, the other ingredients that you might want to put in there at the right time, and then you make a beautiful soap. Each soap has a story. Road rash, there's a fun story with that. A friend wanted me to make a soap that was similar to the smell of working in a garage or riding a motorcycle. And I'm like, you understand I don't use anything toxic. So that was a challenge, but I did it. And it has like pumice in there, and it actually smells really good. Solid gold is one of my most recent recipes, and I had a lot of fun with this one. There's a lot of ingredients in it, and it's really a pretty soap. Once I start mixing the oil with the lye mixture and the liquid, things move fast. It's gonna start to blend, and then it starts to saponify. That's the chemical reaction between the oils, the liquids, that the lye instigates. Right then it's called trace. So when your oils and liquids are at trace, then you can add your super fat oils, your essential oils. If you're wanting to do colors in the soap, you'll add whatever you're using for color. Maybe that's clay or some sort of other super food powder. And then mix it up really good, and then pour it into the mold. Every product that I make here can be made simple or really elaborate. It just depends on what my goal is with that product. You know, sometimes I want it really elaborate to make it pretty and have more benefits. Sometimes we want it really simple because that's all you need. Right now it's hot here in Arizona, and I made one of these with peppermint, because peppermint's a really cooling oil. So it's real simple. It's peppermint essential oil and aloe vera juice. So it's hydrating to your skin and it's also cooling. But then you put your own flair into stuff, and there have been some recipes that I've created for soap that later on people who professionally make soap would say, but you can't do that. But I am doing that and it's working great. The Tahitian honeymoon, it's all about the honey and the bees, and I use bubble wrap to make it look like a honeycomb. This is a big batch. This is 6 molds. It's about 18 bars per mold. It's starting to solidify pretty quick here. Now I put honey on top, and it's gonna set overnight, and then we'll cut it tomorrow, and then in a couple days after we cut it, it's good to be used on your skin. It can't be denied that a lot of what we put on our skin gets into our bloodstream. So if health is important to you and you want to live optimally, then you start to think about all the areas in your life that you can eliminate things that are not contributing to your health. I didn't think it was an issue until I learned. The first time I made it, somebody tried eating it because it looks delicious too. But don't eat the soap. I love this town. It's peaceful, it's beautiful. Customers that come here are from all over the world, and when they come into my shop, they get excited because they're getting a truly Arizona product. It feels really good to hear stories from different customers that maybe have tried everything and have gone to all the medical professionals to resolve an issue, and then they come in here and start using a simple product that we handcraft, something that's completely safe and supportive to overall health and actually will help reverse issues that people have had their entire life.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoy our documentaries as much as we enjoy making them. Unfortunately, many of our videos don't earn enough YouTube revenue to afford the cost of production. But if you like our content, the best thing you can do is directly support it on Patreon. Plus, you'll get access to behind-the-scenes vlogs and commentary. If you're looking for something more in return, go to paragraphic.io where you can buy our other products and services. Alternatively, you can shop our Amazon storefront for our favorite equipment recommendations. Also, check out Boca, where you can find beneficial supplements to optimize your productivity. We especially love the lion's mane and mushroom gummies. And finally, consider signing up to Multitude, a platform built for long-form content, where you and other content creators can share and monetize new videos every week.